Hello and welcome to Nigeria Now, your digital first Pan-African news network, TUS Television, the program which brings you news analysis across various daily headlines here in Nigeria. My name is Sagir Ibrahim, and with me today in the studio is Mr. Adebayo Fajimi, and the sub-editor here at TUS TV Network, who will be delivering analysis on the various headlines we'll be looking at today. Good morning, Mr. Adebayo.
Good morning, Mr. Sagir.
Yes, welcome to the program once again. It's a Monday here in Nigeria's capital city, and we hope we give as much analysis as we can on today's headlines. Okay, so we go straight to the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. We see on the banner headline there, terrorists attack military base in Sokoto, kill 15 personnel. 9 fleeing soldiers found in Nigerian village. District head swears with Quran over alleged involvement in banditry. A bandit regrouping in Isa Forest used camels to attack communities. And that's according to locals. Now, Mr. Adiba, it seems like there's not a week that goes by here in Nigeria where we don't have one form of, insecurity issue or the other, making headlines. Over the weekend, we heard about the attacks in, the release of around 10 students who were abducted from the Bethel Baptist High School. We also heard that, it brought the number of released students to 110. We also heard that Yobe State, somewhere in Yobe State was attacked, and Sokoto was also attacked. Now, with this pocket of insecurity issues making the news almost every week, can we now state categorically, like the government has been stating, that they've been taking this fight to, the aggressors and to the separatists, the terrorists, the bandits? I know it's one thing to say we are taking the fight to them, but then are they winning it like they are giving us the impression that they are?
Well, it is still very so pathetic that we are making effort to ensure that this come to an end, or rather being reduced to the barest minimum.
Yes.
Because insecurity is not a global challenge.
Sure.
But it still tells us how weakened our intelligence is. Do you understand?
Yes.
So looking at what happened in Yobe, and as you've seen the situation whereby our troops are fleeing from bandits, such that they are being rescued in the neighboring country by another troop is something that is so pathetic and still portends a very great danger, to the security architecture of our country. So my own take is that Nigeria, needs to brace up and come up higher. We have been having different opinion on this security issue. There are people saying, okay, there are sponsors, there are people backing up these people and all of that.
Yes.
Yet we see a government that tells us that, oh, see, guys, we will not, mention or rather announce the name of these people, but we are going to prosecute them.
Yes.
And you have separatists and other you have categorized as terrorists, and you are going after them with every way. And yet, you say there are people sponsoring banditry, terrorism, yet you say you are not going to announce them. And remember, another country, just not too long ago, mentioned some Nigerians who are backing these people.
That's Dubai.
So it is very bad. And that tells us that, we are not ready to ensure that this goes to an end.
Good. Okay, I wanted to add as well. Over the weekend, we also heard of, because the Zamfara State Police Command had confirmed that indeed there were some bandits who had, orchestrated an attack on certain areas in the state, but the attack was foiled by policemen and military personnel who were, present in the state. Now, this goes further, to me asking, okay, fine, despite the fact that the government has stated that, look, our agenda is not to come forward to name and shame people who we have confirmed are sponsors of Boko Haram or terrorism in the country. No, we don't have that as an agenda, but we will prosecute them and, we'll convict them where necessary and where possible. However, we see them proscribing the likes of, the Islamic movement of Nigeria, that is the Shiite sect, as terrorists. We see them, on the other hand, proscribing ESN and IPOB as terrorists, making public declarations that these people are terrorists and should be treated as such wherever and whenever. However, they are stating that, look, we are not going to prosecute those who are responsible for the terrorism that we've seen in the country. Don't you think there's a double standard somewhere here?
And that is why an average Nigerian, or let me say discerning Nigeria, will never trust the leadership system in Nigeria. Because if there's going to be, if you are going to tell us that you are accountable, you are responsible, and your integrity can never be at stake,
yes,
then whatever you do to the other side, they must go to the other side, so as to ensure that the people you are leading have trust in you. So if you say people are backing this and people are being affected negatively, then you should be able to go after them, announce them, put them to shame because of the bloods of the people that has been shed.
Yes.
So I think that's the way to go.
All right, so moving to the Blueprint newspaper, we see on the front page, the banner headline states, banditry, kidnapping others, FCT communities resort to self-defense. Satellite towns, over 30 villages from armed vigilante groups, says official security outfits inadequate. Residents pay between 500 to 2,000 naira monthly. Increasing emergence of vigilante groups dangerous, and that's by the ex-AIG. In the spirit of community policing, there is nothing wrong, and that's according to the police. So this is an extension of what we just spoke about. And it's unfortunate that, it has come to a point where even those in the federal capital are not safe and have to resort, to self-defense in order to protect themselves, their families and loved ones. I just want to hear a reaction on that briefly.
Well, it's very bad, and that's it tells us, the porosity and, the great danger, that lies ahead of us, because when people are clamoring that even in the FCT, the capital city of the nation,
yes,
people are saying, see, there is nothing else for us to do than to resort to, self-defense and all of that. So that tells us that, government, are failing in this area, and it is high time they rise to the responsibility. Yes, because if we say people should resort to self-defense and people are having access to sophisticated weapons and all of that, there is no way we will not have people that will still be abusing this in one way or the other, and it's going to affect us greatly in such a way that if care is not taken, our society can degenerate into something else. So the government should rise to the occasion, rise to the responsibility, and ensure that whoever people perpetrating this crisis, this terror, are brought to book, and the requisite justice is being given to them.
All right. So moving forward, it's quite interesting, seeing the replication of one insecurity issue to the other being captured on the various dailies we have here this morning. We go through the Daily Times newspaper, and we can see from the very top, Nigeria will overcome its security economic challenges, and that's by Oshibajo Adeboye and the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. On the front page and the banner headline of the Daily Times newspaper, we see UNGA 76, Minority Rep Caucus flays claims in Buhari's speech, says speech didn't reflect Nigeria's true position. Insurgents have become emboldened under President's watch. On the base of the paper there, just at the footer, we see FIRS has statutory powers to collect VAT, and that's by Madu Abuchi. On the Nigerian News Direct newspaper, we see on the banner line there, FX defaulters, customers threaten banks over names publication. Dangote volunteers commence Sustainability Week initiatives. Let's channel borrowed funds to regenerative areas of economy. And on the Business Day newspaper, we see Nigeria's unending war. CRR policy pinches Nigeria's biggest banks, returns to shareholders. Before 2020, Nigeria earned more from company income tax than VAT. And finally, projects worth 12 trillion naira abandoned across Nigeria. I wish we had more time. I would have loved to hear Mr. Adebayo's thoughts on the issue around abandoned projects. However, that's the much we can take on Nigeria Now this morning. Remember, you can be a part of this conversation by connecting with us on our various social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TOSTV Network. You could also watch Nigeria Now via our website at www.tostvnetwork.com, as well as stream a recap of Nigeria Now via our YouTube page at TOSTV Network. As always, my name is Sagir Ibrahim, and I'll see you tomorrow.